Hello and welcome back to the Broken Doll. Okay, I'm going to stop for a few minutes here and we're going to talk about a special doll to me. This doll was given to me by my Aunt Judy. My Aunt Judy was about 3 years older than me. So she could have been about 9 years old, 10 years old, kind of getting out of dolls, especially baby dolls, and maybe more into Barbies and things like that. And I was still in that baby doll stage. I'm one of the, of grandchildren that were born one of the, I think I was the second granddaughter, I think, in the family. So I got a few hand-me-downs from my Aunt Judy. Now she might have passed others to other little girls in the family, little nieces, as they came along too, just as well. I'm not sure, but this is one of her dolls that she brought down and she handed it to me. And I remember her saying she had a hard time giving it to me because she loved this doll too. This was one of her baby dolls that she loved, but she gave it to me and I adored this doll. My mother even taught me how to wrap up this baby in a blanket and everything, and to cuddle it and all this. I always went to this doll all the time to play with her. I had quite a few dolls when I was a little girl. I wasn't lacking dolls. I was in abundance, not like today, put it that way. But I had a lot of dolls back in the day that I just loved them. And but this one was the one I went to the most, was this doll right here. And I love this doll. I still love this doll. Back many, many years ago, I was in a place, a town called Amherstburg, outside near Windsor, Ontario, Canada here. And I remember we were walking down the streets and there was a store. And off to the side was a shed. You're not going to believe this when I say this to you. But when we walked in, on the windowsills were all these dolls like this, just sitting there with heads, arms, and legs, no bodies. And they were all up for sale for $15 each. And my husband said to me, "Do you want to get yourself one?" I said, "No, I got one from my aunt. My aunt gave me one, but that's my doll as a child. I have it still." "Well, why don't you buy a couple more?" I said, "Oh, no, I don't want it. Today I would have bought them all up." "How much you want for them all? Just give me a price." I would have bought them all for 15 bucks. I don't know if the place is still there or whatever. Those dolls were probably long gone. I hope they didn't throw them in the garbage. But there was a bunch of them like this. And I just remember that. Now today, I'd be buying them all, like I said. But anyways, this is a Canadian version of Baby Deer. Made by, let me see here. This is a D&C version of Baby Deer that came out in the 1960s, early 60s. I was born in the early 60s, but by the time I got this doll, it was about 67, 68, somewhere in there. Maybe 69, maybe, I don't know. But that's kind of the end of it, when I would have received this doll. And yes, but this aunt of mine has passed away. And I wanted to get it fixed up and show it to her what I do to dolls, but I never did. Now I'm going to be taking off all of its hair and replugging all these plugs. So that's going to be a job and a half. You start with the lower end of the plugs and you work your way up to the center. That's how you do this. So that I would love to do this winter. Oh, I can sit in front of the TV and just put hair plugs. Now I did buy her some hair. It's not enough, but I can always go back, and they still have the same batch. So I might, now that I found her, I didn't want to buy too much of it. It might be enough. It may not be enough. I'm not sure. But I have her hair sitting right here. It's alpaca hair. Now I'm not sure if I'm still going to use it on her because she had, I think, what they call saran hair. I might still buy saran hair. I'm not, let's put it this way, I'm not sold on this hair yet for her. I might use it for another doll, but I did buy it with the intentions of her. But let's take a look at what I bought myself. I've had it for years, this too. This is not something I've had just for a little while. And I don't think it's enough to do her hair anyways. So that being said, yeah. But I got this off of Etsy. And there it is right there. This is alpaca hair. And I know it's not enough for her. It's tied into the paper itself. But there's her hair. Pretty close to the color. Very close to the color of who she and what she is, but I don't think this hair is thick enough for her. If this was going into a reborn, that'd be different, but this isn't. I think I'm going to go with buy myself some saran. hair for her of the same color. I want to repeat the color. Okay, I'm making all my noise here. For her. I think that's the best bet for her. So, but I did buy this with intentions for her. But, like I said, some little doll's going to come along and I'm going to be able to put this, you know, or a little reborn doll. I got a reborn doll actually in the house there that I got from the Salvation Army many, many moons ago. And it's been poorly treated. And it's going to have to be stripped down and redone. And I thought about using this for her. So she doesn't have, I don't think she has hair. She might, I can't remember. I haven't seen her in such a long time. But this is my doll I got from my aunt many years ago when I was just a little girl. There's her limbs are all there. I'm not putting her away. She's going to stay out because I think after I do a few, I'm going to jump to her coming up closer to this winter. And I think this would be, I want her out so she bugs me. And yeah, so you can see she's got some mold on her eyes there too. That all needs to come off. But anyways, I'm glad to show her to you. I hope you enjoy seeing her here. And I'll get her a body. And we'll sew on her arms and legs properly this time because I know how to do it. And we'll go with that there. But oh yeah, wonderful, wonderful little doll. All she needs is to be cleaned up. Some blushing done on her. Her hair done. Clean up her eyes. And get a body on her. And we're ready to go. Like, she's ready to rumble, you know. Yeah, put her in a crib and she's squawking. Okay. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that story of this doll. She's a wonderful Canadian version. Yeah, made in Canada, D&C company. So anyways, thanks for joining me. Glad I could show her to you. I didn't know where she was, and I got her. I found her. That's wonderful. All right, thanks for joining me, everybody. And we're going to be going on to bin number 3. Thanks again. Oh, what was I going to say to you also? There's something else about her. She did come in as, oh yeah, I know what I wanted to say. She did come also, like the baby deer, she did come in a smaller size as well. She came in the little 12-inch, and this is like, I think, an 18-inch doll here. So just to let you know that, there are smaller versions of her as well. Baby deer was the same way. She came in a 12-inch, and she came in her 18-inch size. Somebody was saying to me one time that there was a bigger baby deer. I've never seen her. I've only seen the 18-inch version. But if there is, I'd like to see her because I might want her. But I've never seen her. So this is the biggest I have seen. This is the same size head as baby deer's too. So I know she's 18 inches then. So, but sometimes they came in 16 inches as well. I think there was 12, 16, and 18. I'm not sure if they did it with this doll. Or they, like a lot of flop dolls, I'm saying. I should say that differently. A lot of flop dolls came in like 12, 16, or I think there's a 14-inch in there as well. You could get a 16 and an 18, but that's as big as I think some of them came in the 1960s. If there was a 20-inch, there could be. Madame Alexandra, I have to say, did make some 20 inches, that's right. So I'm just thinking about it right now, some 20 and 22-inch ones, but most of them were around that, anywhere between 12 and 18 inches. So just to let you know that in size-wise, how big will she be with her body? It's good. I wanted to tell you that too. It was 18 inches that this doll would be about. So a very nice armful for a little girl. And that's what I think I liked about her, because she was just such a nice size to have. And she was so floppy, you know. So I might just put an armature in her. I might buy an armature and put that in here so I can pose her arms and legs. When they're free like this, you got them like this, it's your doll, you make it how you like it, you know. Even though it's not her original state, sometimes I like to go off the road of original state and give her what I want her to be, so I can express her and show her in different, like, arm motions and legs kicked up and whatnot, how babies are, you know. Mind you, this is supposed to be a newborn type style doll, so... but they do move their arms and legs, so, but she's got all the little bent froggy legs and everything too, so it might be hard to put an armature down inside. I might be able to, it's got her filling in here, but I can take that out and then put the filling, let some filling back in around that. So we'll think about that and see what we want to do. I may not. I might just keep her original, just keep her floppy also. I haven't made that decision just yet, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed this now, adding that little addition to that. Okay, I'll do this in the next video. I just saw something here I wanted to talk about. But anyways, thank you for joining me, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.